my fellow comic book collectors, it's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and this is actually part 2 of a new series that I'm doing where I'm looking at the top 5 Golden Age, and then I'll probably go Silver Age and Bronze Age and forward heroes, then villains. I'm going to look at different groups that came from each era. And this week we're going to be looking at the top 5 Golden Age villains. Now, I tried to pick villains that not only were big in the Golden Age, but ones that even today people would recognize and say, "Oh, those are pretty major villains," and they play a pretty big role all the way through up till now. So these ones will be pretty interesting. Hopefully, you'll like it. The first one, number 5 on my list, is a character called Dr. Savannah. Now, Dr. Savannah made his first appearance in Wiz Comics number 2, and Dr. Savannah is the nemesis and the main nemesis for Captain Marvel, and that is him right there. He's kind of a super genius inventor, and he's always coming up with machines or things to go up against Captain Marvel. And he actually was in a recent movie, so he's not like one that most people would know nowadays compared to some of these other ones on the list. But he is a major Golden Age villain because he appeared in about half of all the Captain Marvel comics. And he is kind of getting re-recognized because he was in the first Shazam movie as the major villain. And he's a rather interesting character, very evil. So just a major character for Captain Marvel. And finding a cover appearance of him was quite hard. I had to look quite a lot. So I found 2, actually. This was the better of the 2 in terms of getting him captured on the cover. Now, he was created by 2 pretty major creators, Bill Parker and C.C. Beck, who were the writer and artist for Captain Marvel. Just major character for Captain Marvel, and one that's kind of re-establishing himself as a major villain in the modern era. Okay, the next character is one that potentially should have been higher on the list, but I was kind of debating about where to put this one on the list, but I chose number 4 position for a major Superman villain, and probably Superman's best known villain, and it's Lex Luther. Now, I didn't have any Golden Age cover appearances with Lex Luther. Actually, in the Golden Age, he originally started out in Action Comics 23, and he had red hair. He later lost his hair, actually, Action 23, which is known as being his first appearance, might really be his second appearance, because Superman 4 actually came out a week or 2 earlier. So, first appearance without hair, I'm not sure when he first appeared without hair. I think it was a few issues later, but that's how we recognize Lex Luthor nowadays, and this is him right here. And he's always doing something, using his superior intellect and vast wealth to basically go up against Superman and give Superman a pretty hard time. And I would say he's the main nemesis for Superman. So I wish I had some Golden Age appearances of him, but I don't. The next character is an interesting one. This is one that might surprise you, but I think it's a valid one. Oh, and actually, just quickly about Lex Luthor, he was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. So, very major character. Next character, this number 3, is one that probably is maybe the most infamous of the villains of our history, I would say. And not just in comics, but in real life. And that would be Adolf Hitler. And I had to pick a really cute Adolf Hitler cover, and this is one where we got Joe Palooka, and he's he's punching Adolf Hitler like a punching bag. Is that Joe Palooka, or is that, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Joe Palooka. Yeah. So yeah, so just a great cover with Tojo and Mussolini also being punching bags. So really, really fun one. Now Adolf Hitler is a real character, but he played a major role in comics during the Second World War. He was one of the more common villains within pretty much right across all the major comic book comics. And he's still a character that will make a few appearances even into the modern era. Whenever they need to bring up a villain, they will bring back Hitler for that. And he's one that pretty much anyone on the street would know. So definitely fairly high on the list for that reason. So Adolf Hitler as number 3 on the list. And he doesn't have any creators except for his parents. So, but definitely one that is a supervillain in my opinion. Okay. Next one on the list is one that's kind of connected to Hitler. And he actually made his first appearance in Captain America #1, which I do not own. But I have actually a version of Captain America #1, and it's this one. This is Captain America #1, Sentinel of Liberty. And this has the Red Skull on the cover. And actually, Red Skull covers generally command big money because he's such an iconic villain. And he was kind of like he's most well known for Hydra, but he also worked for the Nazis. So you see the little swastika in the background there. So yeah, so the Red Skull, major villain for Captain America, and probably in the Golden Age, he would be Marvel's most infamous or most famous villain. And so he was created by Jack Kirby and Joe Simon. And as I said, he made his first appearance in Captain America #1. So that's my first 4. What's number 1? Well, the most famous bad guy of the Golden Age, one that everyone would know, and one that probably most people would agree, is this character. And it is the Joker. Now, the Batman's Rogue Gallery, there's a lot of ones that could have probably made this list, actually. We got like the Penguin, we got Riddler, we got Two-Face, Clayface, Solomon Grundy, Catwoman. I don't consider her a villain. I consider her a good guy because I read her stories in the 90s, so I kind of liked her. So she's an anti-hero in my opinion. But the Joker is definitely the #1 villain of the Golden Age. He made his first appearance in Batman 1. He's actually the creation of 3 creators, Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and Jerry Robinson. Now, the Joker is possibly the most infamous bad guy of the Golden Age because of his like just crazy personality that, he's a genius in his own right, and he's just the major foil for Batman. And he's probably one of the characters that made his appearance the most of any of Batman's Rogue Gallery in the Golden Age. Like a lot of the other ones, like Penguin maybe appeared a few times, but the Riddler, Clayface, Two-Face, all those ones really didn't make that many appearances. It was really the Joker that was the main baddie for Batman, and it's a character that has remained very popular to this day. So the Joker, #1 on the list for the most most recognized villains of the Golden Age era. And I'd be curious, which ones did you think should have made my top 5 list? What are your favorite villains from the Golden Age? And these have to be created in the Golden Age. You can't say, oh, some like Doctor Doom or something like that. That's not a villain from the Golden Age. That's the Silver Age. So it has to be a character created in the Golden Age. Now, there was a few that I actually thought of, just quickly, that could have been on this list. And I was debating about having them, like, and they're monster characters, like Dracula. who actually made his first appearance in the Golden Age comics. So yeah, so there's a few like that, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. There's a few like where they're monster related, and I wasn't sure if I should put them in this list. I kept it to semi-humans, like they're all humans. So yeah, so it's a interesting list. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.